Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Friday. I hope that all of you are having a great first week of the new year so far. I know mine's kind of just been easing into this new year. Right now, I'm just leaving work, about to head home, but first, gotta go to PetSmart and pick up some dog food because my girlies are empty. So, let's go get some dog food and then we'll go home and take them for a walk. Alright, I'm on the walk now and I'm gonna get cleaned up a little bit because I'm going out tonight. It's a work thing. Our center manager is retiring today, so some of the management's getting together about drinks and stuff, so gotta do something about this hair. It's probably straighten it. Heat protector. Always protect your hair. Clip this hair out of the way. And then I start with the lower level. Get my straightener. This is from Straight Ahead. And actually, I got suckered into buying this hair straightener. I'll tell you a little story. You're probably saying, how does someone get suckered into buying a hair straightener? Well, you do the mistake of walking through the center of the mall. You know how in the middle of the mall, on the lower level, they have people in little booths trying to get you to buy things? Well, there's this one people with the hair straightening things, and he nabbed me. He got me. As soon as they sit you down, it's like over. And so I had my hair down at the time, and he sits me down. He's like, do you have a hair straightener? Blah, blah, blah. Do you like it? Well, he's like, let me show you this. And I'm like, all right, I'll listen. I'll let him do his spiel. And he's like, let me just do one section of it and show you a bit. I'm like, all right. Now, the thing is, what they don't tell you, this guy had some kind of product in his hands, just like ready and waiting. So as soon as somebody sits down and he starts doing your hair, you don't see him put any product in because he already has it hidden in his hands. So he's doing your hair and you're like, oh my god, this straightener it's making it silky smooth and shiny and it's working wonders. And what they don't tell you, it's the freaking product in his hands. So when you get home and your hair doesn't do the same thing as it did in the mall, it's because he had a hidden product in his hands, warmed and ready to go. And so I'm like, all right, whatever, I'll let him do his spiel. And I was like, all right, you know what, I'll get it, and then I'll just come back a few days later and return it. And as soon as I got it, and I'm looking at the receipt when I'm at left and stuff, and it says no returns on the receipt. And I'm like, oh my god, no my god. And I called Tony crying. I'm like, oh my god, I had to buy a hair straightener. And he's like, okay, well, how much was that? I was like, it was $300. And he's like, $300. I'm like, I know. I was just going to return it afterwards. He's like, oh my God. And yeah, so I could not return it. Still have it a few years later. Works great, but you know, I'm a dumbass. I'm just too nice. I should have been like, no, thank you, sir. I do that now. Now, you won't even catch me making eye contact with people in the middle of the mall. I'm just like, no, thank you. And they get freaking aggressive when you say no, too. You gotta really look at it. No, thank you. I said no. See how long it is? Next layer. Yeah, so the center manager in my building is retiring, and he was originally at the same building that I originally started at down in Chelmsford, the big hub. And he came up here, and then eventually when I came to Nashville, he was there. So I remember him from way back when he was a center manager down there. Great guy. I mean, he's very old school, very rough around the edges, but it sucks that all these old school UPSers are retiring now because they really run the place like it needs to be run. Like everybody nowadays is too soft, and like they could tell you so many stories from back in the day, and like you couldn't get away with any of that nowadays. Not that I want to, but I'm just saying, like, UPS back in the day was different than it is now. And I've been there almost 10 years, but I'm talking even before me. Like, my dad has told me some stories and stuff, so I figured I'd go and say goodbye. I wasn't gonna, but he asked me personally today. He's like, are you gonna come tonight? I'm like, there's me going again. Like, I don't want to say no and disappoint people. So I'm like, yeah, what time? All right, I'll be there. I'm probably just gonna change my shirt. My makeup looks pretty good still. I don't really need to touch it up, but I'm not going all out. You know, there's nobody really there I care to impress. So they're gonna get me how they get me. Some people are coming straight from work anyways, so I think the thing is from like 5 to 8, so I'll probably show up at like 5:30, 6. You know, stay a little while, have a couple drinks. I don't know who else is gonna be there. I'm assuming all the on-road suits and dispatch people and I don't know, management. Down to the last little bit, the bangs. And the key with the bangs is to go in the opposite direction. So my bangs are usually on this side, so I'm going to straighten them to the other side. Brush them over here. Straighten them. And then flip them over. little bit of volume there. And I'm just going to give it a little twist, a little curl to it. Just so it stays out of my face. Okay. Hair is straightened. Alright. Now I'm going to use a little bit of this Keratin Smooth and Shine Serum. I have thick hair, so I need a lot. I use like maybe 8 or 10 pumps. And I'm just going to work this through the ends of my hair. And then the body. Just so they're not dried out. I hate the winter. The winter, dry air dries out everything. Hair, skin, breathing. It's awful. I'm not really putting any on the top of my head because your scalp will naturally make some oil there, so. But just on the ends. Nice and shiny. Alright, hair is done. Just going to pop on a fresh shirt and then we'll be on our way. Gosh. Good morning. It's the next day now. I'm just waking up and I'm very slow moving today. My body has been screaming at me lately to just slow down and rest, and it's like impossible because there's always a million things I need to get done, but figured I would ease into the day today and just kind of chit chat with you guys, give you some updates. If you hear any snoring, got my little queen next to me, Sandy girl. Chloe is passed out on the couch. Oh my gosh. Hope you guys are all doing well. My forehead looks humongous. Do you know what they say about girls with big foreheads? They have big hearts. Oh. Yeah, life has been pretty chaotic the past few months. Starting the new year, hopefully things will be better. Got these little eye mask things I got for Christmas. I put those on. You can see I got some under eye bags here. Designer bags, courtesy of UPS. Yeah, so life has been crazy. I'm definitely in the midst of a major shift and deep healing and recalibrating as I move through life right now. I'm still dealing with the loss of my dad. I still cry every single day, and it's been 5 months. I'm sure you guys are so tired of hearing me talk about this. I love everyone in my family, but my relationship with my dad was just different, you know? I love everyone equally, but the bond and the vibes were just different. And I honestly feel like when he died, a part of me died with him. Thankfully, I'm so busy during the day that I'm able to keep my mind off of it for the most part, but at night, it just hits me like a frickin' brick. I've had some really, really bad nights. How long did I keep these on for? 15 minutes. All right. So that's where I'm at mentally, struggling, but making it through. I know a lot of you are wondering where I am right now. You saw the vlog where me and the girls were moving out of our old house, but I didn't really say where we were going at the time. You probably could have guessed that I moved in with my mom. I don't want her to be alone because after my dad died, she said she felt like she was living in someone else's house and there was this big empty void in the middle of it. And at the same time, she's not ready to move out into her own little apartment somewhere and downsize. You know, she wants to keep her house as long as she can and be around family and stuff. And I get that. So that's the main reason why I decided to move in with her. And then also would be to help her out financially because without my dad's income, she's drowning. And I will always step up for the people that I love. And so whatever she wants, she gets it. Whatever she needs, it's done. I don't care what it is. That's my mother. So I'm probably the only child that could have up and moved in here because I don't have married and kids in a house and everything already. So it was only logical for me to be the one to come in here. So it's been really hard without my dad, but I'm so grateful that I get to be with my mom. You know, I know my dad would be happy that I moved in because that's what he wanted. He knows that she's going to be taken care of and the house is taken care of, and you know, my mom is a blessing, and I'm just so happy that I get to live with her. I got this hydrating shimmer serum at the Dollar Tree, and it's shimmery in the bottle, but it's not really on your skin. But it is hydrating, so I'm gonna put some of this on. Dropper. Yeah, so me and the girls are fully moved in now at this point, and it's been a big adjustment for them. You know, in the beginning they didn't understand why stuff was being taken from the house, and they didn't understand why we came here, and they didn't understand why we haven't gone back yet. And you know, this house was very cluttered, and the backyard was a mess. You guys saw me trying to clean up the yard and stuff, and so like the first month that we lived here, they had to be on leash for everything that they had to go out for, and we've completely cleaned up the yard now. I'll show you later, but it's completely cleaned up now, and I'll never forget the first time that I could let them run off leash in the backyard. Like Chloe was so excited. If you've seen her in older vlogs, especially like in the snow, she does this like excited, like spinny, darty thing, and it's so cute. And you know, Sandy was running around tramping in the leaves because it was fall at the time, and it was just so nice to see them finally be happy again because she didn't do that darty thing since we had been here. So it was nice to see them happy. You know, trying to find any little bit of happiness lately has been very difficult. For example, you guys saw that I went to go see DMB, and you know, I missed their summer tour because from April to now, it's just been nonstop grinding. So, you know, working two jobs, taking care of family, losing my dad. So I missed their summer tour, but they did do a fall tour, and I pulled some strings. I was able to go, and as you guys know, that's my favorite band ever. Like listening to their music just makes my soul explode. And unfortunately, when I was at the show, I did not enjoy it as much as I should have. And I don't know if I was just too burnt out or depressed or what, but I was like sitting there listening to the music and I just felt so sad, you know? And then I eventually started feeling sad because I was sad. I'm like, I'm sitting here surrounded by this
enormous love and energy and just, so much happiness. And it wasn't soaking in. Like I felt like I was sitting there and it was all just around me, but like it wasn't soaking into me. And I talked to Tony about it afterwards. I said, that concerns me. Like, if one of the greatest things that brings me the most joy in life is not enough to breathe some life back into my soul, then that's concerning. I seriously felt like something was wrong. And, to do all that traveling and whatever, just to be able to go, like, and then not get the response from it that I was hoping for, I felt disappointed. Felt kind of like I wasted it. I mean, I'm happy that I got out and went, but damn, like, I'm like, is this it? Like, am I finally dead inside? Like, not even Dave can like make me feel happy. Like, that really worried me, but I'm getting better. Don't worry, I am one of the most resilient signs in the zodiac. Okay, I'm not just a goat, I'm a sea goat. So that means that I will not only climb and reach to the highest of heights, but I will also dive to the deepest depths and I will make it. So don't worry. I feel very in the dark right now. I don't see any of this good stuff, but major structures were torn down, and I feel like I'm just kind of slowly sifting through the rubble and salvaging what I can of it right now. I'm trying to rebuild through all of this repositioning, and that's life. Build and rebuild, And I think the bravest thing you can ever do is rebuild when you don't even want to live. So it's just, I'm getting there. It's gonna be a process. I think these are ready to come off. They are drying out. Ah. Speaking of Tony, I saw him on Christmas, which I did vlog Christmas, but I didn't put it up because it just ended up being like too hard for everybody, and I didn't want to post about it. But anyways, yeah, I saw Tony on Christmas, and right now he's in Maine doing a winter course, and then I think I get to see him for like a week and a half or something like that, and then he is moving to Italy. Yep, he'll be living in Florence, and that's exciting. Even though we are not together anymore, we are best friends and we'll always be each other's biggest cheerleaders. So seeing him going out there living his best life, chasing his dreams, that makes me happy. I'm very happy for him. And, I hope he meets some Italian cutie and hits it off. And I'll be so excited when he calls me and tells me all about it. Yeah, so pretty soon it's just going to be me and the girls here and my mom. And yeah, right now I am just really focusing on rebuilding my life, and I don't have time for any drama and bullshit. I really don't. I want peace. Like, I have been through so much lately. I just want freaking peace. And I know I feel very in the dark right now. Things may not be clicking yet on where I'm going moving forward, but I have been gaining a lot of clarity on things that can't come with, things that need to get left behind, things to let go of, whether that's thought patterns, people, habits, situations, jobs, whatever. I have to create some distance from some situations because I can't have my energy connected emotionally with something that I'm not even sure can even make the cut, make the trip. So I really don't have time for any bullshit connections. Like, I'm not going to bring someone into my life, whether it's romance or otherwise. I'm not connecting with any fake friends. I'm not forming connections with people just to simply distract myself from my problems or keep me company or so I won't be lonely. Like, no. If if I'm going to connect with you, I'm adding value to your life and you're adding value to mine. It's an equal exchange of value. If it's not that equal give and take, then nah, that's not working out. That's not for me. Anything I have to weigh up, anything that delays me, anything I'm not sure about, I'm going to turn my back to it and focus on what works instead. Of course, my intention is always to give and make things work with people, but when everything around that points in the opposite direction, nah, I'm done giving my energy there. Like, I know when something won't work. Even if people have the best of intentions, like, they don't possess the capability to show up in the ways I need them to show up. So sorry, but I'm trying to be as realistic as possible. You know, you can't just do anything once you've reached a certain position. It would be reckless otherwise. I don't make silly decisions, okay? When it comes to the actions I take, they're how they should be for someone that's on my level. I don't take wasteful efforts, and I don't make wasteful moves. I trust my intuition. And some people might think that my intuition is illusion, and that's fine. But I'm telling you right now, the level that it has reached is undeniable. So people are either going to love me all the way or they're just not going to feel me all the way. You know, it's a love or hate vibe. My intuition has become too strong for that it be any in betweens and maybes. It's like, nah. People are going to either know all the way what I'm talking about or they're not going to know at all. You know, I'm not for everybody. I already know what I want, so other people need to come with it. I don't care. I'm not settling for less. I don't need to, okay? I don't care how good somebody talks. They need to show it. And I know what I want, and if people can't bring that, then they got to go. And I'm just putting this out there to be very clear because this is what I deserve, and this is the role I play. No funny business, no drama. I won't tolerate anything less. So sometimes communication needs to be blunt. So you might not like what I'm saying, but it is what it is. So yeah, on that note, let's get our day started. I don't really know what we're doing today. We're supposed to get some snow around 6 o'clock, and it's going to be 6 inches to a foot. No one knows. So I'm going to make sure things are buttoned up outside. I got to move the cars around so it'll be easy to snow blow tomorrow and get the driveway cleaned. Like I said before, we have been easing into this year very slowly. We still have our Christmas tree up. We need to take that down. Got to put stuff back up in the attic. Yeah, just little things like that. Nothing crazy. All right, let's go have some breakfast. Get our day started. Girls for a walk right now. Trying to get them out before it snows. Out in the garage now. I got the snowblower front and center, ready to go. Gas, oil, should be all set. Still got a lot of cleaning to do in the garage. We cleaned it out almost completely, and then this half is stuff that came from my house, and this half still, it needs to be organized. It looks worse than it is. I had this big black rack here. I want to get another one and put it kind of here so I can put some more stuff on it, but it's one of the garages for now. This is my gym equipment is currently in shambles. You know, my bench, my weight rack, everything is. There's the bike. Yeah. Everything is kind of in shambles right now. I don't think I'm going to get my home gym set up over the winter. I doubt it. But I still have a gym membership at the other gym, so just go there for now. Out in the backyard now, I'll show you what it's kind of looking like after all the cleaning. This is one side. There used to be stuff all there. Used to be a huge pile of wood there. Gone. Clean up all the leaves. Stuff under the deck is a little bit more organized, put away. Pool's closed up. There used to be stuff all here. All this junk. Used to be a pile of wood there. That's gone. Used to be stuff all there, gone. We still got some tires here, but they're on the rims. I gotta get them off because the dump only takes them without a rim, and so, I don't know. There's only they're all different. It's not like I have a set that I could sell. And then this wood's got to go to. We haven't taken a lot of the wood because they charge us for it at the dump. So, holy squirrel. And then this side we moved all the lawn barrels back here. This used to be all stuff you could not even like barely walk through here. Still got a little bit of wood. Some windows and glass. This is construction debris, so they would charge us for these. So there's not much left, but yeah, 1,000 times better than it was. Dogs can run. I'm not gonna get hurt on anything. Kids can come back here, the grandkids, and they can play, not get hurt on anything. So still got some work to do, but it's 1,000 times better than it was when I got here. We killed ourselves trying to get this clean. Alright, I think everything in the front and back's all buttoned up, so let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. And we have this wood stove in the garage, but we can't use it because the pipes aren't hooked up. It's not off the ground. It's too close over here, a bunch of stuff. And we were hoping to use the wood stove and the fireplace inside this winter, but we had a chimney guy come out and look at it, and he said it needs like a lining, or maybe that wasn't a line, something. The inside needs to be like relined because the tile's cracking, and if you have a fire, it's going to be dried out and it's going to crumble, and it's going to, I don't know. And then something else also on like the top of the chimney. I don't know the names of these things, but yeah, he quoted us like a lot. So it's going to have to wait. It's going to have to wait until next year. I just can't swing it right now. My mom is financing too many things as is. So unfortunately, wood stove and fireplace have to wait. And hopefully we can get it fixed and use it next winter. And these stairs here go right up into the kitchen. So that's really nice because we can put the dogs out through here and not have to go out the front door and around to the backyard, or they can't go down the deck stairs. It's too steep. There's too many. They're too old. So we put some new carpeting and stuff down on this to give them some traction, and been trying to bring the girls in and out this way to get them used to it. And that way in the winter and just any other time we can come out and let them go out the back door, come back in, and we don't have to go outside at all. So it's good. There's still so much to do, but it's gonna have to wait. Sandy's got her Snuggie on. She's eating a cookie. Her tumor is getting bigger, so she's losing a lot of weight, and she's very skinny, so this will help her stay warm. Oh, girl. Yeah. You got it. Go, cookie. Yeah. And this big girl. You should be eating it on the floor, girl. She's an old girl, too. I got 2 old ladies. And she's doing pretty well. Her hips, though, I can tell are starting to not go, but just bother her a little bit. Like sometimes she just stumbles, like getting up, and her legs just like give out or something. So I don't know. And when we go for walks, she like doesn't pick up her back feet all the way, so you can just like hear her scuffing her feet as she's walking, and her bottom pads on her feet are so smooth. It's like she's completely worn off like any kind of gripping on her pads. So I don't know. You had to get her some little boots or something. And Sandy's 15, and aside from the tumor, it doesn't bother her or anything, but it's definitely getting bigger. But I don't know. I think she's definitely going to go this year. I don't think she's going to make it to her 16th birthday. We'll see. She turns 16 in August, and I don't know when they'll let me know when they're ready to go, you know. Can't ask much more from them. They're definitely outlived their life expectancy, so when it's their time, it's their time. Until then, they're happy little girls. Gotta take down the old calendar and put up a new one. Let's see. That's the first page. Got January. There we go. Starting to see some flurries coming. Hey, kitty girl. Go potty. Go inside. Go on. What? You're okay. Go on. It snowed. Look at all this snow. Just saying, no, I'm good. Good morning. Got about 8 inches so far and still another 7 hours to go. So let's have some fun, shall we? All right, well, guys, we are done. Driveway is clean. Walkway is clean right now. We still got another 7 hours to go for the snow, so I'll have to come back out later and do another swipe, but pretty good. Hey, good girl. Little Snowy, huh? Ooh-wee. Where's your sister? Don't get lost, Auntie. Come on. My goodness. Well, it's later in the afternoon right now. It's about 6 p.m. and I was at home sitting on my bed editing the vlog that you're watching right now. And Sandy was sitting next to me and I noticed she was licking herself, and I looked again and she has a tumor on her belly and it had a scab on it, and she was sitting there biting the scab off. So I looked, she's bleeding, it's an open wound now. So I'm like, what the so I'm here at the emergency vet with her right now, and they just took her back so the vet can look at her, and then she's gonna come out here and tell me what's the deal. So I don't know what they're gonna say. You know, you can't remove the tumor because she's so old, and I don't know. I'm lucky someone was here at the emergency vet, and I had to like rush to clean off another 7 inches of snow. So we got about a foot of snow today, and yeah, never a dull moment. All right, the vet just came out and talked to me, and she said that they're gonna clean the wound and dress it, and they're gonna send her home with some topical treatments, ointments, medicines, and she has to wear a cone, and obviously keep her belly bandaged up so she doesn't hurt it more. She said we could have the tumor biopsied, and I'm like, there's no need. It's grown to the size of a lemon. It's cancer. We know it's cancer. If we want to have it removed, we have to go get blood work done and take her to the primary care vet to talk about going that route of surgery to remove it. But since she's 15, it's very risky. So they said just to keep an eye on her and make sure it doesn't get infected, and keep an eye on and make sure her quality of life doesn't start to plummet. And yeah,
They should be bringing her out in a few minutes, and I'll take her home.
Hey, can you just talk to her?
Foot exactly.